Welcome. So, here's the story or the journey of how I reconnected with my digestive system and how the awareness around it began. So, this is from 5 years back when I was undergoing an illness or a disease, which was leading to rashes all over my torso. And back then, I went to many allopathic doctors, skin specialists, and the reason they gave me was it could be due to allergy. And they asked me to revisit my eating habits, my lifestyle, and check what changed. So, as far as I remember, my eating habits were the same. I was eating what I ate all my life. The only change was a cat. So snow had just come into my life back then, and doctors were like, it could be due to the cat. Yet deep down, I was not satisfied. I knew that that's not the reason. And also, the medicines which the allopathic doctors gave me were steroids. So, the medicines were putting me to sleep all day. So, I was not satisfied with the medicines or the reasons. And that is when my journey of exploration deepened and I started to explore the alternative medicines. And that is the first time I went to an Ayurvedic doctor in Goa. And I really enjoyed their consultation, how it goes for a long, long, long time, so many questions. And I got to learn a lot about myself. In fact, a new perspective of Ayurveda was added into my life with so much of depth. Like back then, I came to know about my doshas that I am Pitta. My dominant dosha is Pitta. So they gave me some medicines to balance it out. Yet I was still exploring the root cause of it and to, reach to the heal it from the root cause. And deep down, the only prayer I had was to heal it fully and not get stuck in the loop of medicines. And among those explorations, I came across Mataji. So, Mataji is an Ayurvedic doctor, among many other things. So, she's into yoga, into acupuncture, and so many other things. When I went to her, the first thing she told me was to go and get my liver tested. She asked me to do an EFT and LFT test, which is for the liver, and and the test results said it all. So my liver was producing a lot more acid than required. And due to constipation, that acid was not being released. It was finding its way out through my skin, causing me rashes, irritation, and the burning. So and this all this was not clear back then. I was just following step by step, one step after the other, and things only cleared after a few months. Or now I can say it's much more clear. So back then, when I met Mataji and got the test done, I started an intensive treatment with her. So she used many tools like acupuncture. We also did many yogic kriyas, shat kriyas. And the big change here was in my eating habits. The first thing during that intensive treatment was to change my eating habits. I went uh, under a few months of treatment where I was only taking khichdi, khichdi with lots and lots of ghee. I stopped drinking tea, coffee, like no outside food, only homemade khichdi with ghee and vegetables. And that those durations were also the time when I learned a lot about food, when I was awakened to many truths of life. The first thing was one cannot eat what we ate all our life. Like if I am eating milk or chai, if I have been drinking chai all my life or until now, that doesn't mean I'm going to drink all my life. There are phases, there could be changes, because as we change, as we are evolving and expanding, we need to change our eating habits. That was the first awakening. And after a few months, I was, way better. And also during that time, one of my intention was to recover from it and not be stuck with the limited eating. I was like, dear liver, dear system, and dear life, let us be free. We cannot be restricted. So I never want to be restricted. I was like, okay, I will follow it for a while for my system to realign. And then I wish for my system to be so healthy that it can digest anything. That was the communication I had with life. And I was like, let me follow the strict diet until things get better. So, among many other exploration, what intrigued me was the traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, which talks about organs and emotions, how different organs hold different emotions or are the origin of the emotions. And one interesting practice that I picked up from there was the organ abdominal massage, which is also known as Chi Sang. And that's a beautiful, beautiful way to reconnect with our bodies, to reconnect with the organs. And it gave me a lot of clarity on the connection between anger and liver, how I experience heightened emotions and the sensitivity of the organs. And over the last 2 years, I've also been exploring gut feeling. So, gut, the intuition is connected to our gut. The calmer, the more aligned, the more healthier it is, the more you're connected with your gut feelings. So, yeah, sometimes I feel obstacle is the way, the pain is the way. How that little pain, not little, but how one area of pain can bring in so much of exploration, so much of clarity and understanding about myself. In fact, how the problem brought me home to myself. Because we all experience pain, we all experience problems. I feel either we can be a victim and be frustrated by it, or we can be a warrior and find our way through it. So, yeah, the digestive issue is not fully gone. It's been there all my life or since when I remember. So it's a journey. It has improved drastically. My eating habits has changed, my lifestyle has changed, and I'm not somebody who is restricted all the time. So I do follow a conscious pattern, and then I also allow life to happen. I also allow myself to enjoy the food, different varieties of food. So I take breaks to realign, to follow, and then I also work both ways. So thank you very much for being here. I hope some part of it has helped you in some way.